Welcome in, Monday morning edition, Oxford Exxon Podcast. Chase Parham, Neal, McCready, Clark Florida studio here, starting another week, starting Kentucky week. The Rebels and Wildcats, 11 o'clock Saturday morning from Vaught-Hemingway Stadium. So tons of Kentucky content on the site and the podcast this week, leading up to Ole Miss's SEC opener and first really legitimate game of the year, depending on how you want to consider Tulsa from Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Calling my friends in Tulsa right now.
They had a hell of an effort.
They had that.
I get they got the ball a couple times. I don't know that I ever really thought Ole Miss was losing the football game.
No.
So.
No. But I give them a ton of credit.
Sure.
They played hard.
They did. They played very, very hard.
Lose their quarterback down 35-14, and they kept
plugging along.
Kept plugging away. Says something. No joke. Seriously. I mean, we're going to move past Tulsa fast. But it does say something for the culture that he's built inside that program.
They were relentless.
They were.
Yeah. They should be the Tornadoes, but they were relentless.
The uniform was fantastic, except for the hurricane going down the pants.
That is the problem.
The color scheme, absolutely great.
Is it Adidas?
It was Adidas, but the Adidas jersey was fine, believe it or not.
It was the pant.
It was just that adding that down the pant was too much.
Yeah. So, all right. Podcast brought to you single day by the Oxford Exxon, Highway 6 West in Oxford. Another opportunity to win an official Ole Miss game day jersey on Saturday. They're giving one of those away every single home game this season at the Blue Sky location here in Oxford. You just go in. When you make a purchase, that is an opportunity to sign up. As many purchases as you make, that many entries into the contest to get the jersey from maybe even this weekend against Kentucky. Also, lunch specials. They get they different throughout the week. You pick those out. I think today is chicken spaghetti for that one. Any size fountain drink and bread there at the Blue Sky on Highway 6 and coming to you from Clark Ford Studio.
Well, Clark Ford is oh, this is a bad sign.
What?
It's Monday morning at 8:16, and I'm having voice issues.
Well, you're almost done for the week, so don't worry about it. You're good.
I did 3 shows yesterday, and I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Lemon, water, bourbon.
Yeah. I hadn't had bourbon in a long time.
Why? It's healthier than beer.
Gets to me faster.
Well, it's quicker. It's efficient.
Maybe so. 662-257-1900 is the number. Call it. Ask for Corey Clark. Tell Corey what Ford product you're looking for. He'll send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours, right to the bottom line. No hassle, no haggle. Get your quote. The rest completely up to you. You can shop that quote around. Or you can do what I've done, what I recommend that you do, and that's hop into a Clark Ford today, 662-257-1900. Guest, and we'll have several of them over the course of the week, will join on the Rafters Music and Food Hotline. Rafters Music and Food on the Square in Oxford. Great place to stop in if you're coming in this weekend, especially early in the afternoons, early in the
No, look, Tulsa played very well. It's by far the best team Ole Miss has played this season. I think that is a fair thing. Troy is getting better every week. John's doing a good job down there.
Yeah, Troy now is a lot better than Troy was day one.
Yeah, but Tulsa is better than Troy. Tulsa's best team Ole Miss has played to this point.
Yeah.
Or at least I guess. I mean,
they are.
Don't know what Tulsa and Troy would do on a neutral field, but sure.
Let's not find out.
You don't want to check that. That's not an experiment you need today.
Well, if they want to play, that's fine. Just don't make me have to watch it.
You don't want to analyze Troy and
I don't want to watch one play.
You and I had a quick conversation before we started the show about what Saturday meant in a lot of games across the country. Frankly, what every freaking Saturday is meaning, because the sport is always goofy. It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's an emotional sport. It's all about who kind of shows up that day, who doesn't. A little wacky.
A little.
A lot wacky.
I mean, can we just talk about some of the other games real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Auburn, Missouri was nuts. That was the best awful game I've watched in a long time. It was awful football. It was completely entertaining. Don't let anybody tell you that was not entertaining. It was incredibly entertaining. I watched it from the opening kick, got to the press box in time to see the fat kid from Mizzou miss the kick.
At the end of regulation.
And then Auburn somehow gets a field goal in overtime, and then the kid from Mizzou is just going to score.
It's over.
He's going to score.
And he just drops the
football. But he has the ball, and I'm thinking to myself, because I played just enough football to know some of the basics. I was obviously never an offensive player. I take that back. I was a scout team quarterback a little bit, like as a freshman. But you always move the ball to the sideline side. Okay?
Yes. He
had the ball field side. And for whatever reason, keep in mind, he has a first down. This is going to be a theme for the day. He has a first down. There's no reason for him to reach. No reason right there to reach the ball. None. You carry the ball, and if Auburn tackles you got a problem?
He says your mic's popping. Go ahead. I'll play.
Okay. If Auburn tackles you, you're down at the 1, first and goal. Worst case, you settle. You turn me off.
No, you're good.
Worst case, you settle for a field goal. You tie the game, and you go to a second overtime. More likely, you score a touchdown. Instead, he fumbles. Just insanity. And then you get the Tennessee-Florida game, which was a really entertaining game that I think speaks volumes for where both programs are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee's really, really good. Hendon Hooker is really, really good. The truth is, Hendon Hooker is everything that so many in the media want Anthony Richardson to be. He's already that. Florida, to its credit, just kept playing. They just kept playing. If you're a Florida fan, the one thing you can take solace in is that Billy Napier's team kept playing. They didn't roll over at all. And then you get the wild A&M Arkansas game where Arkansas takes a 14-0 lead on their first 2 possessions, forces a punt, and Kendall Briles does the Hugh Freeze thing. Kendall Briles decides to get cute with the package at quarterback. They bring in Hornsby? They bring in the Hornsby kid to run 3 plays. Total disaster, end up punting. A&M gets a touchdown. Then Arkansas gets it back. They drive back down the field. Jefferson, first and goal at the 4-ish.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
For whatever reason, he decides to become Superman and to try to leap over and stick the ball out. That ends up being a touchdown the other way. 14-13. A&M kind of controls the game into the fourth quarter. I'd been on your show. A&M was controlling it.
They were.
And then Arkansas dominates the fourth quarter, gets a touchdown, gets the ball back, and they're driving. They had the ball 2nd and 5, I think, at the Texas A&M 20, and they get a bad snap. Snaps in college football
bad all day.
Are so bad that they impact the game. Like if you can find a kid who can play center and who can snap, you should give him 2 scholarships and an NIL deal. That impacted so many games. Like, I'm going to be honest, one of my concerns for Ole Miss is they gave up 27 points to Tulsa, and I don't think Tulsa had a good snap the whole game. Like, that's alarming. Tulsa's quarterbacks.
It throws off timing and changes eye level. Both those things.
Yes.
Every time.
Tulsa's quarterbacks are having to find the ball, come back and look. They're getting beat by Ole Miss's pass rush. Ole Miss had 10 hurries, and yet they still were able to complete passes. If I'm Ole Miss, that's a little bit alarming. I know it was because meetings and film and stuff yesterday lasted longer than it normally does.
Really?
Defensively. You can figure out probably how I know these things.
Sure.
But back to the Arkansas game, they end up having to settle for the field goal attempt. Pittman does the deal where he runs clock. I was thinking, man, I don't know, champ. You're running the clock.
You might need the clock.
You might need the clock. Like, why are you shortening? Just run your tempo. It's working. Didn't think they coached a good game. I thought the moment got big for Pittman and Briles. I really did. And if you're Jimbo, listen, this is hot take. You're really lucky today.
Oh.
You're really lucky today. Not because of the ball hitting the upright. Balls hit uprights all the time. Now, I've never seen a ball hit the very tip top of the upright, but regardless, it's the upright. He missed the kick.
He did.
But you're fortunate. You're really fortunate. If you're A&M, it's why I hate social media with post-game stuff. When you didn't dominate a game and you're tweeting stuff, no, you really didn't win. You were on the field when they lost. There's a difference.
You're pretty fortunate the week before because Miami is just bad, potentially. The Van Dyke kid's not playing well. Stuff going on.
Miami's not good, yeah, and you barely won that game. I don't think you beat Arkansas if they don't get cute. Now, look, you're on the field and you forced it to happen. Credit to their defense. They kept playing.
I do think they're legitimately good defensively.
I think they're legitimately talented defensively. I don't know that they're good. I mean, Arkansas moved the ball at will.
They did.
I mean, we kept hearing people say, oh, they won't be able to move the ball. They did. If Jefferson doesn't fumble there, it's probably 21-7 at the half, and I don't think you come back from that.
It all looks different, but frankly, I'm not sure that it's not exactly what we've been saying for several weeks, is you just take the majority of the teams in the league, throw them in a damn bucket, and pull one out that day, and sure.
Yes,
that day they can beat the rest of them.
There's two at the top. And then I think there are probably
3 to 4.
3 to 4, probably 4 at the bottom.
And then everybody
Missouri, Auburn, South Carolina, Vanderbilt.
Sure. You think Auburn is in that group, yeah?
Yes, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, I've watched,
Yeah.
They're anemic offensively.
Sure.
I mean, Auburn jumps up on Mizzou and just can't do anything from that point forward. And Missouri's just not good. And Missouri wins the game if the kid can make a 30-yard kick straight ahead. Or if the kid doesn't.
No, Missouri's comedy of errors. They jump off sides on a field goal when Auburn misses it. Give them another chance. Auburn misses that one too. They fumble at the 1. They miss a field goal at the end of regulation. I mean, it was every way possible to lose a football game. And there is voodoo just over like Jordan Hare or something. Like it's the weirdest damn thing I've ever seen.
And like going into this week, see if I mean, like these games are crazy. I don't know who's going to win Kentucky Ole Miss. I asked you like, what's your early prediction? You're like, I don't know. Kind of went back and forth. I'm like, yeah, me too. I mean, Texas A&M at Mississippi State. If I told you Mississippi State wins, are you even remotely surprised?
No.
LSU at Auburn, I think LSU goes in there and wins and wins convincingly, but who the hell knows? I think Alabama blows out Arkansas, but that was a really close game a year ago. And if you're Arkansas and you sit and you watch the film and you tell the guys, if we just don't do stupid stuff, we win fairly convincingly. Maybe they believe you and play. And then Georgia at Missouri, whatever. Sure.
Poor Mizzou, because Kirby will get their attention this week.
Yeah. And Kirby did the right thing in his little press conference. He goes, no offense, guys, but based on a lot of the things that you write, you don't know football.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah, and he's right.
What was he talking about?
I think some of the media there, in an attempt to set themselves apart from other media, have tried to really get into the X and O game, and that's an error.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's one of the reasons why we don't use Pro Football Focus grades is that whoever is doing those gradings still knows more than we do. And I go, yeah, they don't know what Lane was trying to do there. So it's impossible to grade fully on that play.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was. I try to watch bits and pieces of most of the SEC coaches' press conferences over the course of the week because you can pick up some things. I can't remember who it was asked about an offensive line grade, and he was like, he played well. He's a good kid, working hard, doing what we're asking him to do.
Was not the number 4 tackle in the country on Saturday.
I don't know that I'd give him a 96. Yeah. But he tried hard, and we like him.
He's fine.
And he comes from a good family, and he's going to keep playing for us.
Yeah.
But no. That was essentially the answer. Oh, yeah, and then Texas and Oklahoma, who I've started to keep an eye on because I want to learn about their programs because they're going to be in this league in 2024.
Sure.
Texas goes to Texas Tech, can't do it. Oklahoma gets beat by Kansas State, the same Kansas State team that lost to Tulane, which take the transitive property and burn it to the ground.
Matchups, emotion, and just mood of the week.
Yeah, we're officially far enough into the season that you can't do it. Don't leave it alone. Don't do it. Stop. It's bad for you. You'll lose money if you bet on it.
More than any other sport ever, too.
Yes.
Like, seriously, college football, it's a dumb sport. Just let it be dumb.
And it kind of gets dumber by the week, by the year. And I mean that in a positive way. It's like someone goes, man, that was a great game. No. Bills-Dolphins was a great game. That was an entertaining game. And that's good enough. It wasn't a great. There's nothing great about it.
Missouri-Auburn was not great.
No. Nope. Missouri-Auburn was your kids bringing home the drawings in kindergarten.
Oh, you're so talented.
Where nobody else would go, that's great, but you love it because it's yours. It's your kid, and you're like, that's going on the fridge, and it might stay on the fridge for years.
Except I love these games. I love them when both teams are pissed off. Missouri's upset they lost, and Auburn's upset they won. Like, because...
Yeah.
But it's what's dumb about this, too. And I promise we're going to talk a little more on this, but we got all week. Auburn doing this thing of, God, had he just lost. If you get to that point, just fire the freaking man.
There's no question about it.
Because, look, if you're not going to fire him until the end of the year, then you're not firing him to the end of the year, no matter if they go 0-12 or whatever they do.
Yes.
So stop. Who cares? Enjoy the win because you're firing him either way. What difference does it make?
But if you're waiting for him to lose.
That's what I'm saying. If you're waiting on the loss, where one more loss, well, then, God, it's Missouri.
Yeah, so he saved his job
him.
because a kid fumbled the ball at the inch line? I mean, that's insanity. You deserve every bad thing that happens to you if that's your line of thinking.
Yeah.
So what happens if he beats LSU?
Suddenly he's okay for a week?
So now we push it back another week? I don't even know who they have after that.
I don't know.
I mean, what are you doing?
Georgia, I think.
Georgia.
Actually.
So you're waiting for him to lose to Georgia? Well, he's going to lose to Georgia, so why wait for him to lose to Georgia? If you're going to fire him the Monday after he loses to Georgia, just fire him now.
It's defying logic.
Yes. But it shows you that in these deals, no one can sit in a room and go, hey,
it's emotion.
This is stupid. We know we're firing him. Let's either fire him now or let's let him finish the season. Let's not do this hang it over everybody thing.
God, their schedule.
Oh, it's LSU, Georgia, Ole Miss. I think they got to go to
Arkansas State A&M.
I mean, you're gonna laugh. The one team on that list that I think they could beat is A&M. I don't think after watching Texas A&M 2 weeks in a row, I just don't think they're very good.
I don't think Max Johnson's about to go on a run.
Chase, literally their first touchdown, he's falling backwards and he just throws it up in the air like a rainbow. And because the throw was so bad, the DB ran himself out of the play. Because college, for whatever reason, unlike the NFL, where at every corner looks back for the ball. Have you noticed this? Every corner in the pro game looks back for the ball. In the college game, 3/4 to 4/5 of all corners never look back. They just run. You want an interference call? Just underthrow a deep ball, and the corner's going to run through the receiver. 15 yards. Okay, move the chain. All right, reset. Damnedest thing. But it's must-watch stuff. I mean, you finish a Saturday and you're like, man, I can't wait to do that again.
Damnedest thing. Okay.
It is.
Podcast brought to you in part by Prime Shrimp, primeshrimp.com. 6 different flavors delivered straight to your door. Throw them in the freezer and you're ready to go. Pop them out, put them in boiling water in less than 10 minutes. You have restaurant quality shrimp at your disposal. Not disposable, don't throw another thing. At your disposal. They, including their most recent flavor.
But that would be really defeating the purpose.
That would be sort of like,
that'd be sort of like sticking the ball out at the one.
He was just in the end zone. Fun. Signature.
Louisiana, don't you feel bad for that kid? That's it. We're going to get back to the ad. I did feel so bad for the kid from Missouri. He had to go to the locker room, shower, get dressed, get on a bus and a plane, thinking the whole time, oh my God.
I was 1 yard from celebrating and this being a great day.
Yeah. And then I'll be real here. People are like, what'd you think about the Arkansas game? I just felt bad for the kicker. I always feel bad for the kicker. Because
he was distraught.
He's in a 4-person group. I think it's in a macro class. He and Caroline are in a group together. They're 4-person. They're working on a semester-long project. And she's like, he's a really nice. She didn't know till a week ago he played football.
Okay.
She's like, he's one of the nicest guys. And I was thinking before it happened, I told Laura, I said, there's a lot of time left on the clock, and A&M has a couple of timeouts. I said, I just hope he makes the kick. And then if A&M comes down and scores and makes a kick and wins, so be it. You just don't want the kid to miss the kick. And then when he kicked it, I was like, ooh, and it kept drifting. And I was like, oh, it's drifting. And then ding, and you're like, oh, my God. And then he was sick.
I mean, six inches the other way, and he misses the goalpost completely.
And then it's probably a little easier to deal with.
It is, yeah.
But when you hit and it kind of hit the inside of the top, it's like an inch.
Yeah.
And then Jimbo and them, 10 out of 11. Jimbo, stop. Stop. You have real problems. Chill out. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, no, all good. So pick your favorite flavor. Again, shipped directly to your door. Also, they're doing their 2-pound individually frozen shrimp, like what's at the grocery store, but a higher quality shrimp from the New Orleans-based company. So that's primeshrimp.com. Use code MPW for $20 off your first order.
Got a lot of player shows coming to you here in the next 24 to 36 hours. The College Corner sponsors the Davis and Igbenosin show. That will be up today, I think. I can't remember. I got to go back and look, and I might even reschedule some stuff. But it's next to Fleet Feet in Ridgeland and Flowood. It's next to Half Shell. You can also go to collegecornerstore.com. Plus, you can find them on Facebook and Instagram. We'll have the Mason Brooks show to you. Mason was great yesterday, as always. That's brought to you by The Rogue. It's your destination for fine men's clothing. Their stylist hand-select pieces from top designers. From work to lifestyle to nightlife, there's the perfect something for everyone at The Rogue. All the best items from Peter Millar, Martin Dingman, Jack Victor, Halsey, True Grit, and more. 4450 I-55 North in Jackson or therogue.com. And we'll have the Troy Brown show up for you as well. That's brought to you by Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating. Different names, same great products and services. If you live in Oxford, Tupelo, or the surrounding area, call Comer, 662-801-1777. If you live in Hernando, Memphis, or the surrounding area, call the people at Southern, 662-429-4429. And we're brought to you by Walk On Sports Bistro. They put everything they've got into bringing you game day with the taste of Louisiana. Dig into their mouth-watering, made-from-scratch Louisiana cuisine, po' boys, gumbo, voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers, fresh salads, all in front of 70-plus TVs, 40-plus ice-cold beers on tap. Visit them today in Oxford and Ridgeland. Our friends at Blue Delta are excited to announce they'll be hosting Mustache the Band on Friday, October the 14th for the Square Jams after party. Come out to support the Rebels on Friday night, and then go to the Lyric. And you can join the folks from Blue Delta at the Lyric with the world's most powerful 90s country band. Ticket packages are on sale now. Some tickets include jeans, some don't, but all include admission to the concert and an open bar. To book, just DM Blue Delta on their socials or visit bluedeltajeans.com/afterparty, and they'll see you there. A-Stock Auctions is a Nashville-based online auction company with the mission to provide customers the power to name their price. All items at A-Stock start at just $1. That's right. Every item starts at just $1. Shop now at astock.bid or download their app. Name your price on thousands of items from big-name retailers. A-Stock Auctions has multiple locations around Nashville that offer local pickups, so don't miss out. Want it, bid it, win it. Lane Kiffin meets with the media today. I'll have what he said, what he meant. Probably this evening would be my guess. That's brought to you by myperfectfranchise.net. Are you looking to diversify? Are you looking to leave the corporate rat race, gain control of your income and schedule? MyPerfectFranchise.net offers the ability to create income and wealth. Let Andy guide you through a comprehensive franchise evaluation. He has tons of franchise and business ownership experience to lean on. If you hate your job, your boss, your pay, you feel stuck, get in touch with Andy. It's Andy at MyPerfectFranchise.net.
So, what color jersey are you anticipating with these helmets? Powder or red?
You know, I've been thinking about that. I think the red would look really good because they've got some red in the helmet.
It's the red decal.
The red stripe.
Yeah. I think it's red.
My guess is red with the white pant.
I think that works.
What would be awesome?
I think you run the risk with the powder, honestly, of having the different shade powder and it being just a little off. Not bad, but just
oh yeah, it's
just
true.
a little off.
What would be cool is if they got some camouflage pants. I'm totally serious. If you're going to do it, go all in.
Like with that pattern on it?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Go all in. And for people that are like, what do you think? I don't mean this as an insult. I mean this is the truth. The list of programs in the country that their uniforms truly mean something, like nationally they resonate, is so small, so incredibly small, that I have no issue at all with gimmicks. Kids love gimmicks.
They do.
Recruits love gimmicks. Frankly, I can't think of any, maybe Alabama, maybe Penn State, and Penn State's a real reach, where USC maybe, where the uniform is so, quote, iconic that you shouldn't fool with it.
Because frankly, even Ohio State screws around.
Well, they did last week. They went with black, and it was the kids loved it.
Yeah.
I listen, whatever your brand is, steer all the way into it. And maybe this is me feeling younger than I am, but like, I like Oregon's gimmicks with the uniforms. What are they going to wear? You know who else thinks about that? Recruits. The recruits that'll be at that game, and there will be tons of them there, hoping to get you a list and some content as the week goes on. They're going to love those uniforms. Yep. They're going to be talking about those uniforms. There's going to be a buzz around those 16 and 17 and 18-year-old kids about those uniforms. And that's what you want. They don't know that the gray pants are the traditional pant. They don't know. They don't care. So therefore, it doesn't matter.
I thought the white looked fine with the navy on Saturday.
Yeah. I didn't mind that uniform. It was fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
It was a good non-conference uniform. And they broke out the traditional uniform, one game for the Central Arkansas game to kind of go here. We told you we'd give you a piece of pie. Here's your piece of pie. Enjoy it.
You might not see it again for a while.
You're not going to see it again until next year when we play Eastern Central Tennessee School for the Deaf. No issue with it. Just none. I mean, why not? Steer into your brand. And your brand right now is Kiffin and fun. And so where? Hey, and look, and today, if the people at Realtree will sponsor it and pay for it, do it. You need it. NIL is all that matters. It's going to be a big week from NIL with Ole Miss. They're going to be breaking stuff out. This other school, I promise you what's going to happen is other schools are going to see this and go, we got to do something like that.
Oh, well, sure, yeah.
It's like we talked about on your show.
It's going to overtake Saturday morning's broadcast. Oh, look at the helmets. This is a Realtree thing, blah, blah, blah. I mean, with that, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be buzzed about in college football circles all day long, what Ole Miss did with their uniform. I don't mean fan circles. I mean college football administrative circles. They're going to be sending photos to each other going, do we have anybody that could do this?
Yeah.
If I'm Mississippi State, what's the other brand?
Mossy Oak.
I'm calling them Saturday. Hey, what can we do?
Let's.
Because we need to do this. Well, that's copying. So what? It worked. I mean, people do the blackout thing. Why? Because people like it.
Yeah.
Kids like it. That's why you do it. Ohio State has a traditional uniform, and they eschewed it against Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Just do it. I mean, I'm for steering all the way into it. I don't, to my knowledge, there are no pants. They're going to wear the white pant. But
well, I mean, yeah, because you saw in the Real Tree announcement, disguised as Juice lying on a couch back in June, they showed the color concepts of what every jersey color would look like with these helmets, and it all had white pants with it.
And I asked around. I said, "What's the deal?" And I was told Kentucky,
Yeah.
and then maybe Auburn.
Yeah,
they might do it twice.
and here's Kentucky.
But they're doing it once, and like yesterday, it's like breaking news. I'm like, well, I felt like we covered
this for weeks.
It kind of felt like we were on top of this one, but
it's funny where people's eyes go though too, because like that Juice tweet went out, and that was nothing more than about for the uniforms.
Sure,
it was a teaser. Everybody goes, "What are you talking about?" It's like, look on the table. Yeah. There is a big white helmet with all kind of blue swirls all over it, or whatever it is.
Well, like, Chase, I've told you this for a while. There are people who cannot read between the lines. But it's not possible.
There's a picture of a dog. That's what was in the picture.
They must be told literally.
Yeah, just happened to be set up perfectly there for everybody to just.
Those are the people see Spot run.
Yeah.
Look at Spot run.
Let's get into the lines a little for the week. We got those. What are our additional games in addition to the SEC games? Baylor, Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State at Baylor. Wake at Florida State. NC State at Clemson. Yeah. And then Greg and Campbell are going to pick Michigan at Iowa, Iowa State at Kansas, because I thought it would be fun because they don't pick the no-line games.
Okay. We're picking Florida State, Wake.
They're both ranked.
Florida State's ranked?
23rd.
Really?
They're undefeated.
Okay. They suck.
It's college football.
Okay. Just saying.
They've won every game.
They suck.
Didn't say they didn't suck.
They suck.
I didn't say they didn't suck.
Okay.
But they're undefeated.
You said there's a number beside their name.
They have a number beside their name. So does Wake. And so we're going to pick it because that's the deal.
Okay.
I didn't put the number. Don't blame me. Blame the 60 voters. Although I will say, at the end of your poll, when you're starting to search, it's hard to find people.
By the way, Ole Miss sitting at number 14 in the AP Top 25 while we're on that subject. They move up from 16 to 14. Their highest rank, again, for the second week in a row, is number 9. They have 2 people ranking them number 9. Damian Sordelet, who I don't know who that is, and then Tom Murphy, who covers Arkansas.
Yeah. I got one for you. Jim says, I agree with everything you're saying, but just realize that we olds buy the season tickets and nothing is being done with us in mind. I get it, Jim. But the olds can't run a 4.40. And I'm being totally serious here. They can't. If you appease the olds at the expense of the kids you're recruiting, that is not a recipe for success. It's like when we look at analytics, and our analytics with people in their 20s and people in their 30s are strong, and our analytics with people in their 60s or beyond are fading, we're like, well, it's probably a trade we'll make.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
Ole Miss still unranked from 2 people. David Briggs with the Toledo Blade, Blaze, some sharp like that. He does still have Tulane 23rd, though, so I'm glad we have that going on. And then Nathan Baird, who writes for Cleveland.com. He covers Ohio State, apparently.
Okay. Ole Miss has an Ohio issue.
They do have an Ohio issue.
Yeah. But look.
Both people not having them rank are from Ohio.
Here's the thing. This is we've talked about this game for months and months and months. Why? Because you could make the argument.
He has LSU 19.
It's nonsensical, but regardless, if one says to me, make the argument for Ole Miss to be unranked, it's an easy argument to make.
Sure.
It's not particularly credible, but the argument is, well, they hadn't played anybody. The one team that they kind of played gave them a 4-quarter game. That would be the argument. Now, do I buy that argument? I don't.
Can I?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm this guy. It's Penn State 4.
4.
That's Florida State 10. 10.
Yeah.
That's Ohio State number 1, by the way.
Okay. I mean,
we're home cooking, but okay.
I mean, you can make the argument. It's not particularly compelling, but you can make it. And it would hold up to
We're cooking.
some degree of scrutiny, sure.
It's an opportunity to cook, so we cook. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I mean, the truth is, we joke about this, but someone like me, I'll never vote again because I'm not in traditional media. And I watch and talk about a lot more football than
you did when you voted.
Yes. No question.
Whew. Okay. All right. Lines. I have nothing else on polls. It doesn't really matter.
I do agree with Hardman here when he says Clemson is not a top 5 team. No. Now, I don't know who the hell is. Not the part of the problem when
somebody's got to go there.
Part of the problem when you're doing the voting thing is you have to put someone 4 and 5.
You can't just go 1, 2, 11, 12, 13. So
yeah, 1, 2, 3 in some order is pretty easy. And then starting at 4, it's like, well, I mean Michigan, but every one of those teams from that point forward, you're
there's
like,
an
well, like Kentucky.
Yeah.
Kentucky's 7. Kentucky, they're undefeated, and Levis is good, but they got issues. We're going to talk about it over the week.
Yeah.
And, Northern Illinois gave them hell. Miami of Ohio tested them for a while. Florida game was really close. How do you –
Yeah.
Ole Miss at 14, again. You look at Ole Miss and you go, is this the 14th best team in the country? Maybe. Maybe better than that. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Like A&M sitting at, what is A&M, 17? Are you telling me there are only 16 teams in the country better than that team? I don't buy that. But they've got 3 wins.
Someone has to go there.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. Your night game tonight, by the way, Dallas at Giants is your Monday Night Football game for those who were curious there. Tomorrow, Wednesday are kind of our NFL days, but that's...
I'm appreciative of that. I'll need it for background.
Okay. Our Thursday, I don't know what NFL game we have, but our college game on Thursday night is Utah State at BYU.
NFL's really good. It's Miami at Cincinnati.
Oh, that's right. That is correct.
Yeah.
The suddenly 3-0 Dolphins.
We don't have time today, but the Tua thing is going to become a thing.
Yeah, I know.
The NFLPA is looking at that going, wait a minute, hold up. He was concussed. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Utah State, BYU a 24-point favorite at home. Utah State's bad this year. It's not one of those better teams. Chucky Keaton's not walking through that door. Tulane and Houston is your Friday night game. Tulane at Houston. They are a 2.5-point underdog on the road at Daniel Holgeson's bunch. Houston's been disappointing.
That's not a terrible game if you're just...
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. If you're sitting at the bar.
A game that is suddenly better because of Saturday, I guess, even though Miami might just suck. UTSA's at Middle Tennessee on Friday night. It's the lightweight game. I'm just saying it looks better today than it did a week ago. That's all. Didn't say it was good.
That's the look. I came to the bar looking for something.
It's 11:40.
It's she's not that fat.
San Diego State, Boise State. Ugh.
No.
Washington, UCLA.
UCLA. Did you see UCLA, Colorado?
I made myself not turn that on.
The funniest mascot thing I've ever seen. The Colorado mascot on the hill, playing solitaire.
Was he?
Yeah. The stadium's empty. They're getting blown out, and he's on the hill playing solitaire.
That's good.
It's fantastic. I'm sure
that's box on head kind
I'm
of stuff.
sure someone's going to get in trouble, but it was really funny.
He will get in trouble for that, won't he?
He shouldn't.
But he will.
Own who you are at this point. If you don't want to do that, well, then play better.
Don't suck. And
go get better players, and we won't make fun of our own team.
Because what's he supposed to do? He's a big fuzzy buffalo
You're
in
a big
costume.
Fuzzy buffalo. At least be entertaining, and he was.
And they already have maybe one of the top 3 mascots in sports. So
and that beautiful setting and stuff, and then they just suck.
They awful. Oof. But they said, please support our players. We're trying really hard. Carl Durrell's working on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Going to get this done.
Needs to work harder.
UCLA, a 3-point dog at home against the Huskies at 9:30 on Friday night.
Okay. That actually a decent game.
Is it?
Yeah. Not bad.
Kentucky at Ole Miss, a line that continues to jump. This thing opened at Ole Miss -4. This morning, you get it at Ole Miss -7.
Ooh, I locked in at 5.5 for us.
Yeah, 7 right now is where this thing's sitting.
7 feels big, but I don't know.
It is I don't understand why the line is quite this large. I'll be honest. This feels bigger than it should be given public perception.
Kentucky really struggled with Northern Illinois. Now, were they looking ahead?
Again, we can't pick and choose who we give leniency to in these situations.
No.
Either they all get passes when they look like hell for a quarter and a half or a half, or they don't. Like,
I know. And I'm of the opinion that you just give them passes. I don't judge these games. Did you win? You won. Okay, cool. Because here's why.
Because if we're doing that, we're crucifying Arkansas. Hell, we're on Georgia a little bit today.
We're on Georgia a lot today. Here's the thing that I try to be consistent with this. At the end of the season, this is why I hate the attendance argument that everybody's doing right now. At the end of the year, no one's going to be talking about the attendance at the Tulsa game. They're not. At the end of the season, we're going to be talking about the 8 games that start this week. Kentucky's played 1 game so far this season that anyone's going to talk about at the end of the year. Florida. No one's going to talk about Kentucky and Northern Illinois at the end of the year.
No.
Meaningless. Once those games are over, they're over.
If Ole Miss goes 9-3, nobody's go, hey, they only beat Tulsa 35-27.
Nope.
Oh, they're not.
And if they go 6-6, the only thing people would say is, you know what? I guess there were some warning signs in that Tulsa game. That'll be the extent of it.
Yeah.
That's it. The only way you talk about those games ever again is because if you lose them.
Going to be an interesting tempo matchup on Saturday. I've just kind of stumbled into this. Ole Miss obviously tries to go fast, obviously tries to run as many plays as possible. Kentucky, they are 22nd nationally in time of possession, and they run the, I guess let me do some backwards math. They're 28 nationally in fewest number of plays in a game. So most plays 102nd. Like they do not run a lot of plays. They take their time. They're methodical. I mean, It is to the point of Ole Miss probably going to have to be a little patient. Probably going to frustrate them at times. Like, hey, get on with it. And Kentucky does not get on with it.
No,
they stop.
They want to
bog it down.
They want to control They like a game in the 20s into the teens. They like that game. That's their style. They want to wear you out. They want to get you antsy a little.
Yeah. They don't want 4-play possessions and 48-40 and let's go run.
No, it's not what they do. What they want is they want to drive down the field, score. They want you to try to go fast, get stopped. Then they want to drive down the field and score again, and they want you to panic.
Yeah. Over-under on this one's 55.
Ooh, it's about right. I'm inclined to go under.
Under just feels like the plays right now, period.
I mean, if I told you 27-24, that's 51. That feels high.
What was the over-under on Saturday?
It was too high. They went under.
They did go under.
Mm-hmm.
62. So it was like 65 or something?
It went up to, something like that.
Ole Miss 6-2 in their last 8 against Kentucky. Something that does not matter even a little bit. But
no,
there is a stat for you if you're curious. Just kind of looking at the last, how many ever.
Just 2 programs that combined are 30-6 in their last 38 games. Wait, I'm not getting this right. Yeah, 30. Yeah, that's right. Whatever. 30-6.
The total has gone under in 15 of Kentucky's last 20 games on the road.
Yeah. I mean, if you're looking for a play, I think the 55 under is
the total has gone under in 4 of Kentucky's last 5 games, period.
I think under is a good play.
Kentucky riding an 8-game win streak currently.
Yeah.
They've won 8 in a row.
Yeah.
They are 5-1-1 against the spread in their last 7 games.
Yeah. 7 feels like a big number, Chase.
That number
That just sounds...
I mean, it's making me kind of question everything where I go, hold on a minute. And then I go, well, Vegas, like, this thing, is there a matchup here that I'm missing? Or is Ole Miss that highly regarded nationally compared to Kentucky from a gambling standpoint?
So I can't remember which computer model it is, but it's one of the prominent ones that they use. Ole Miss is ranked 7th in those computer models.
Okay.
Kentucky's more like 14th.
Okay.
What that means, hell, I don't know.
Yeah, they're going to play a game. Well, I don't know.
But from a betting standpoint, that feels like it's
huge number.
It's kind of big. Yeah.
Podcast brought to you in part by Northeast Spark, NESPARC, 2 packages, the Ignite, the 100 Mbps, or the Blaze, the 1 gig that powers the Clark Ford Studio. Your hometown team bringing you world-class broadband. That's NESPARC.com, 662-238-3159. Phone service, parental controls, network security, a wireless mesh extender if you need the extra step, and much more. So call the office for details. That's NESPARC.com. Again, 662-238-3159.
Solutions RX is a probiotic multivitamin supplement company created by Ole Miss Pharmacy alum Chris Cornelison. It's pharmaceutical grade, manufactured right here inside the U.S., right actually in Mississippi. If you take diabetes medicine, high blood pressure medicine, cholesterol medications, they typically cause side effects like muscle pain, brain fog, stuff like that. Chris has created a formula called prescription support. Puts those vitamins back in your body, helps with the side effects, keeps you more compliant taking your medications, which makes you healthy over the long term. SolutionsRx.com, promo code OEP at checkout to receive 10% off your order. Brought to you by Holcomb Portable Buildings, 7991 Highway 7 South in Holcomb, Mississippi. They custom build your building to your specifications, however you want your carport, ATV, or storage shed, barn, hunting cabin, or other buildings. Holcomb Portable Buildings can accommodate you. You pick the color, the style, the windows, the doors. Holcomb makes it happen. In-house financing is available, free delivery and setup within 75 miles as well. 662-226-2233 or go to holcombbuildings.com. SEC play has arrived. It means Kentucky, Auburn, Alabama, Mississippi State heading to Oxford over the next 9 weeks. Not hard to believe, just 9 weeks. That's all that's left, 9 weeks. 7 South Tailgating. If you're going to tailgate, that's the place you need to go. 7southtailgating.com. Go there, submit a request. They've got packages for single games, multi-games, all that stuff. They're very well staffed. Team members are well trained. Their team is capable of consistently securing the spot you choose week after week after week. It's locally owned and operated, so they're going to take great care of you. Whatever your tailgating needs are, go to 7southtailgating.com. Don't forget Dead Soxy. You're starting to think about holiday gifts. If you're still getting your fall wardrobe ready to go, highly suggest Dead Soxy. DeadSoxy.com. 25% off when you enter the promo code Rebel Grove at checkout. Speaking of Rebel Grove, enter Rebel Grove 20 at checkout. Get 20% off your purchase of Game Changer patches. It's the only 2-patch system available in the market to stop hangovers before they start. The warm-up patch used before or while you drink. The overtime patch used after you've been drinking to recover while you sleep. Again, GameChangerPatch.com. ACS, Automation and Control Systems, LLC, is owned and operated by my guy, the Beast of Baldwin, Clay McNutt. It's a complete electrical control system solution provider, a Rockwell Automation recognized system integrator. Go to acsllcms.com or call 662-601-4381. And we're brought to you by Lammon's Fine Jewelry. Lammon's at 1126 North Lamar Boulevard in Oxford has been serving the Oxford area for about 3/4 of a century. Engagement rings, wedding rings, fine jewelry, watches, pearls, fashion jewelry, children's jewelry, collectibles, and more. Lammon's is the gold standard in fine jewelry. LammonsFineJewelry.com or call them at 662-234-2777.
So looking at the rest of the week, let's see, got it up here. Oh, Eastern Washington plays Florida. Sorry, missed that game. Okay.
There's no line on it, right?
That is correct. It'd be more fun if it was actually at Eastern Washington. They have the red field.
Yeah.
I still feel like Vegas is going to – this is going to be like 60% of the money on Kentucky by the end of the week, right? But it keeps going up.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the line's going up, which means the money's going in on Ole Miss.
I know. I mean, Ole Miss does have a higher level of perception.
Yeah. People still view Kentucky as this basketball school. Look at the SEC shorts thing today. I mean, it's like the theme of it in part was it's just inevitable that Kentucky's going to fall out of the top 10.
Yeah. Do you think they would have been doing the Aaron Judge thing if he played for the Devil Rays or the Rays?
Probably not. It did not bother me the way it bothered other people.
I don't know that it bothered me. I also found it a little nonsensical. It's not a major league record. Now, it shows what we think about Bonds, maybe.
No, it does.
Maybe that's what it is no, well, hey, this is the real record. So we're
I think it shows what we think about Bonds. It shows what we think about McGuire. It shows what we think about Sosa.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah, that whole group.
Yeah.
In some ways, we've went back and go, no, the ones from the 60s are the ones that.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Like, whatever. I didn't like. I thought they could have only used the audio when the pitch was going on. I don't need the in-between pitch audio taking over my football game. That is more the frustrating thing, I think, if you're watching it. It's like, okay, who gives a shit here? Like, what are we doing?
And you're like, hey, ESPN, why are you waiting till the end of September to promote baseball? You know they started in March, right? Like, what is it that made you go, hey, we probably should start promoting the sport that we're invested in? I am
so upset that it was Missouri-Auburn and not like Alabama-Tennessee in a 14-13 game in the third quarter or something. Just to see the Knoxville and Birmingham reactions to this situation.
Well, I would have thoroughly appreciated an Alabama game being that. I would have been. You know what would be great right
There's
here?
There's some dude in Demopolis losing his freaking mind while this is going on.
What you would love is like a 16-pitch at bat where he keeps fouling pitches off. And the pitcher's like, I don't like this ball. Here, can I get a new ball? And then the pitcher can't get on the same page with the catcher. Maybe the catcher comes out with, hey, look, we've shown him the slider. We've shown him the – maybe we should go, maybe we should go up.
Now visit.
Maybe we should go up and in here. And then you do, and he fouls it back, and then you see the machinations going, okay, well, he fouled that off. All right, well, what I would have loved that because, except I would feel so bad for every dog in the state of Alabama. Because the dog would be like, I have no idea what's going on here. You're kicking me, and I did nothing.
I'm going to go into the couch for a little while.
Yeah, I'm going to hide for a while.
No, and you guys are exactly right in the thread. I mean, the Sharps are on Ole Miss. They bet early when the line first shows up.
Yes.
Sharps move the line.
Yes.
Walker says 56% of the handle is on Kentucky per Action Network so far. Now that's a lot of public money.
Yeah. I don't know.
They're going to play a game at 11 o'clock on Saturday that we've been waiting on for a really long time.
And when they play...
And I'm getting even more ready for it right now. I don't know. Just play the game.
I'm pumped for it. I've been pumped for this game.
You can still get it at 6.5 at some books, but 7 is the highest line at the point. Our champions over the soon-to-be SEC programs are matching up this Saturday. Texas Tech at Kansas State in Manhattan this Saturday.
Ooh.
K-State a 7-point favorite over the Red Raiders at home.
They've done a really, really good job there with Martinez.
They have.
They really have. All jokes aside, they've done a terrific job on Martinez.
Oklahoma, a 6-point favorite on the road at TCU this weekend.
Kind of like that game. Oklahoma's going to be pissed off. TCU, after playing that super emotional game, might actually have a difficult time getting back up.
Why? Because I have no real reason. I typically, if it's just some random game, kind of not pull for Oklahoma, but fine when they win.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I having some anti-Brett Venables go on?
I don't know.
I find myself enjoying him struggling a little bit. And I don't know the man, have no clue, literally no relationship with that program or that situation.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, when I'm watching, I want Oklahoma to lose.
Really?
It's not like Texas level. It's not crazy. But it's there. Yeah, just kind of.
Yeah, I don't really feel anything one way or the other with Oklahoma.
They're fine.
I generally kind of catch myself
cheering. Had good, pleasant
for
experiences with everyone involved with them in Omaha.
Yeah.
Everything was cool.
Sure.
It's fine.
I generally like the media who cover them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, just kind of there. Big noon kickoff, big noon Saturday is in Iowa City on Saturday for Iowa and Michigan. Iowa getting 10.5 at home from the Wolverines.
What's my over-under here? 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.
What do you think it is?
42.
42 and a half.
Oh, man, I'm good at this. I kind of like the under.
You like the under 42?
Iowa's defense is legit. It's legit. It's really, really good. It's a honest to God top 10.
Hey, they scored some points Saturday against Rutgers.
They did. They kind of took it to Rutgers.
They did.
Now they're not going to take it to Michigan.
No.
But Michigan might not score a bunch. This game's got 17 to.
Oh, you think real low?
17 to 10 kind of written all over it. Yeah.
Purdue getting 10.5 on the road at Minnesota and PJ Fleck on Saturday.
We'll give credit to Nick Suss here.
I know you.
He said this is a 10-win team, and I think he's right.
Minnesota. This one, if you told me that the nation would see this as kind of an upset, a chance for a road win, because, Wisconsin's sort of the one I'll follow a little bit. They're bad.
Yeah.
Only 7-point favorites hosting Illinois on Saturday.
Ooh.
They could lose that game.
They could lose that game.
They could lose to Brett in Madison on Saturday. That's an interesting game.
Be curious to see that attendance. What does Wisconsin attendance look like when they're just not good?
Yeah, I don't think very good for that one. I mean, it's a huge place, so they can fill, but I don't know. Not a bad game at 1 o'clock. I guess 1 o'clock, really? Yeah, 1 o'clock. Utah against Oregon State on Saturday. Utah minus 10.5. What was that USC Oregon State final?
3 points, 17-14.
Okay.
Yeah, they covered.
They did?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oregon State covered. Neal McCready petty moment of the day. They covered.
Florida did too.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Do you know how many games I'm losing like on last plays? Tyler beats me on the A&M game.
Because that line was 2.5.
He had it at 1.5. And so A&M wins by 2.
See, it was 2.5 with us, wasn't it? Or was it 2?
2. So we all got to win.
Okay. I thought I had lost it by a half point.
No.
I was scared to look.
So we all got to win.
I was not going to look at it. 2:30, your CBS game of the week, Alabama at Arkansas.
What's that line to now?
15.5.
So it stayed where it was.
Opened at 14.5, went to 15.5.
Oh, I saw it at 15.5. Ooh, it's a weird line.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm inclined to lay the points and just think Alabama's with – here's what I think. I think a competent quarterback.
82% of the money per OddsShark on Alabama.
Yeah, I think a competent quarterback lights them up.
61.5 is your total.
And I think I go over. Arkansas scores on everyone, so they're going to score on Alabama too.
Yeah, 61's a big number. But 15 for that one. Also at 2:30, Oklahoma State at Baylor. We have that game. Baylor, a 2.5-point favorite against Oklahoma State in Waco.
Ooh, it's a really good game. That should be your warning sign, Texas and Oklahoma. Neither one of you are the two best teams in the Big 12.
No.
And you're coming over into this crazy
circus.
That's
the word, circus.
Good luck.
Just a circus.
I just don't know that they're emotionally ready for what's coming.
You still think they can do the thing where they get up on Alabama for the one time, but it's every week.
Well,
let's
use Arkansas as an example for a minute, okay?
Well, because they went to Texas Tech and got popped.
Yes.
You would have gotten popped in Lexington and Oxford and wherever, too.
Look at what's ahead for Arkansas right now. They just went to Arlington for that emotional game that they play every year.
Played a really tough game.
Should have won the game. Didn't. And now you've got to turn around and play Alabama on a CBS game. Saban always is ready for CBS games. Then, after that, you got to go to Starkville. You could go from 3-0 and ranked 10th to 3-3
and
unranked and kind of scratching your head like that and look back and go, if we just don't fumble at the one, because if they don't fumble at the one,
they might walk off there. Yeah.
Well, they do. They're 4-0. Maybe blow A&M off the field. We're talking about A&M completely differently today. We're having a fun laugh at A&M show. They're 4-0, and Alabama's a free shot. And even if you get popped, then you go to Starkville and win, and you're 5-1 at the turn.
Yeah.
That's what Texas and Oklahoma are walking into that they don't have any idea.
Yeah. Can Kansas get to 5-0? They're in Lawrence facing Matt Campbell and his Cyclones on Saturday.
Yes.
Getting plus 3.5 Kansas at home.
Yes, they absolutely can.
Now, they're fun. I'm good. Y'all go win games.
Oh,
hey,
I mean, I think we're all Cinderella with them, right? I mean,
get going.
wouldn't that be great?
Get to a bowl game. We'll all cheer for you on December the 28th when you play. Hell, come to Texas. We'll play an SEC team. We'll have a big time.
Oh, sign me up for Kansas beating Texas one more time. Yeah.
Well, I'm at the Texas Bowl when they play the
sure,
the SEC team that is in that.
That sure, it'd be fun.
LSU, Kansas, or something in the Texas Bowl.
Yeah.
Wake Forest and Florida State.
I mean, right now he's in the mix to be National Coach of the Year.
Well, he would get my vote today.
Yeah.
Florida State -6.5 at home against Wake. I'll take the Deacons.
Will you?
Florida State's not good.
Okay. 6.5 on the road though. They're getting 6.5.
Yeah.
Oh, I had to get them 4.5. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think you're right.
I'm going to lay a touchdown with Florida State.
Just wonder how much is left.
I don't care.
They played hard.
Okay. Mel Tucker shine off him a little bit. He's getting 7 in College Park on Saturday.
Jimmy Sexton's the best.
Got him paid. That's all that's going on.
I mean, seriously, when you talk about kings in this world, I mean,
he's got to be up there, doesn't he?
I mean, yeah, we got King Charles now. King Jimmy.
What kind of Christmas gifts you think Jimmy gets?
I would hope Mel Tucker sends a really nice one.
What kind of fruit baskets Jimmy getting at the office on Saturday?
No. Exotic. Mel Tucker got $10 million a year or $9 million, whatever it is.
Yeah, we're talking like watches and pearls and stuff. We're going, yeah. We're doing real gifts.
I mean, I'm thinking like sometime in December, he's just going, another Rolex. Some bitch. Jimmy, look outside. It's a Beamer. It's a Mercedes. He's like, I got 7 of them. You should give me a better one than that. Mel Tucker has a 9-year deal.
Off 1 year.
1 year. He has one good season, and Jimmy goes to the Michigan State AD and goes, I'm kind of
think you ought to lock him up.
LSU might call. Hey, I'm going to get my friends at LSU to call. Hey, you want to get Brian Kelly? All right, here's what I want you to do.
Do me a favor.
I need you to first call Michigan State and tell them about Mel Tucker.
Real interested in Mel Tucker.
And then I'm going to tip off Dennis Dodd. Okay? Give this 2 days, and then we'll talk.
Yeah, chill out. We're going to handle it. It's fine. I got you.
I know you're going to take some heat. I know Moscona's going to get on you. It's okay.
48 hours. We'll call Brian. We'll get a meet and greet going. He'd kind of like out of
South
Bend. It's going to be all right.
I need a little favor on this Lincoln Riley thing. Puppeteer. Name me anyone not named Greg Sankey more powerful in college football than Jimmy Sexton.
No, it doesn't exist. Including Kevin Warren.
I know.
Yeah, no, it doesn't exist. That human does not live. Ohio State giving 40 to Rutgers on Saturday. Okay, great. Greg Schiano's a good coach, but you got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
By the way, Northwestern sucks.
Yes.
Penn State giving 25 at home on Saturday.
Northwestern
beat Nebraska.
Who'd they lose to, Northwestern? It's like Ball State or somebody?
Ball State, Northeastern, I don't know. Hell.
Yeah, it was a MAC team.
Was it a MAC team?
Yeah.
Northwestern has the 1 win.
Yeah, they beat Nebraska.
Yeah. Oh, I watched that.
Yeah.
Miami, Ohio, 17-14.
Oh, yeah. I think I told you I watched Miami of Ohio play Cincinnati, and they were pretty good. That's why I don't put any stock in like Miami of Ohio giving Kentucky a game. After having watched Miami of Ohio, I'm like, yeah, I get it. Good, solid, nice team.
They're fine.
No, they're. You have to prepare for them.
Yeah. Podcast brought to you in part by Johnston Hill Creamery, johnstonhillcreamery.com. Still time to get some tailgate plans in for this weekend. You can cater your tailgate, whether it be to feed 10, 20, or 40, whatever size group you have, they can take care of you with their artisanal cheeses they make locally and in-house every single day. Their charcuterie boards, great catering options there with Johnston Hill. So go to their Instagram page, see all the different videos, photos. They show you how they make their special cheeses, how they put together their trays and their boards and everything else. That's 662-419-9201 or johnsonhillcreamery.com.
We're also brought to you by Pinnacle. They're based in Madison, Mississippi, got clients in more than 20 states, advisors in multiple states. They specialize in providing detailed, specialized investment management, financial planning, retirement planning for individuals and businesses, and much more. It's mypinwealth.com, MYPINN wealth.com. Also brought to you by John Edwards, Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis. If you're thinking about a holiday trip, already planning for next summer, whatever the case may be, get in touch with John. Give him some parameters, give him a budget. He'll give you options that you're not going to find on your own. 901-494-3387 or jedwards@regencytravel.net. If you're coming to town this weekend, make OPA part of your weekend. It's right there on the square. Gyros, wraps, kebabs, redfish, lamb chops, handcrafted cocktails, so much more. 306 South Lamar in Oxford. I'll have mailbag number 200. 200 mailbags. I'm getting old. They're brought to you by Whitney McNutt, Tommy Morgan Incorporated Realtors, serving you for all your real estate needs in Oxford and Tupelo. Whitney sells condos, land, commercial, and residential family homes. 662-567-2573, 662-842-3844. We'll have another week of terrible picks on Thursday. They're brought to you by Service Specialist Staffing and Recruiting Agency, connecting great job opportunities to candidates since 1967. If you're on the job hunt, they can help you. If you are looking to hire quality, hard-to-find talent, they can help you too. Keep in mind, payment of service is always free for the candidate. It's solely contingent on if you decide to hire a candidate that they send. Give Will, Sydney, or Kelsey a call, 662-832-5138, or check out their new and improved website, servicespecialistltd.com. Don't just accept what you see, but imagine something new. Step forward, chase after a better version of yourself. Every day, Corinth Dental is helping people reinvent themselves one smile at a time. Dr. Bubba McQueen, Dr. Jenny Beth Hendrick are devoted to restoring and enhancing the natural beauty of your smile using conservative state-of-the-art procedures, including Invisalign. It's 12 months, no interest, no down payment financing available as well, so corinthdental.com. Pinpoint Commercial Real Estate's based out of Jackson. They service the entire state in all commercial asset classes such as industrial, retail, office, medical, and land. B.B. Mitchell with Pinpoint provides a plethora of commercial real estate services, but his core focus is sourcing investment properties for his clients. They pride themselves on their attention to detail, professionalism, and hard work. So for all your commercial real estate needs, please give BB a call, 601-934-5008. And we're brought to you by Southern Traditions Farm. It's a 68-acre, 32-stall upscale equestrian training and boarding facility in Canton, Mississippi. 2 sand rings, a grass ring, miles of wooded trails, so much offered at Southern Traditions. It's also a great venue for events, so get in touch with the people there at Facebook or Instagram at Southern Traditions Farm.
SMU, UCF minus 3.5.
Yuck.
They did beat Georgia Tech. Tech kind of dominated the thing statistically.
The end for Jeff Collins. Fired yesterday.
Yeah. Was it official?
Yeah.
Coach and AD.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to fix everything.
But what do you do?
I've never understood it.
I seriously think they are in the running over the next 10 years of being one of the worst 5 Power 5 jobs in the country.
Yes. They come to Oxford next year. I mean,
they do.
That's a W. Chalk that one
up. I told you they play every damn body.
Yeah.
Just keep scheduling big games. Georgia gets that every year. End of year, Georgia goes, we got Tech today. Oh, okay.
Luther Burden took all of his social media.
Yeah, he was not happy yesterday, Saturday. No catches.
No, not many touches. Not
many on the field. Yeah.
Not on the field much. Hey, Eli, this might not be the time to be sending the messages, bud.
I want to ride him right now.
Yeah.
Drinkwitz is not impressive.
No. Burden was like, gosh, how long would it take me from right here to get to Tuscaloosa? Two hours, you said? I mean, I could Uber.
Get to Athens even quicker.
Oh. Yeah, about 2 hours each way, but equidistant.
Yeah. Okay.
I've made both drives.
He's literally in the middle of the ecosystem right there. It's
I could go to Athens, go to Tuscaloosa. I mean, I could open myself up to the highest bidder. That would go well.
That could get interesting.
Yeah. Probably have the story ready in your admin. Luther Burden enters transfer portal.
He's not. I don't think Drinkwitz made some egregious decision playing for the field goal the other day.
No, I didn't have a problem with that. It just didn't work.
And it shows you no one has any confidence in him. That every decision you go, what are you doing? No matter if it sort of kind of makes sense or not.
I didn't have a problem with that one, though. That kid's never missed a kick inside of 40 yards.
Well, he looked like hell on Saturday.
He did.
No, he's like one of the best kickers in the country.
Yeah. In that moment when he lined up, I thought he's going to knock this right down the middle.
Yeah, sure.
And then he didn't.
Yeah, he did not. A&M getting 2.5 in Starkville on Saturday.
I don't know.
I don't know. They could tell you this thing went 17 points either way, and you go, yeah, sure. Fine.
I don't think A&M's good. I don't think State's good. State's really good against bad teams.
They beat the hell out of bad teams. Mike Leach destroys bad teams.
Mike Leach, Will Rogers, they're going to beat the out of every bad team they play because they're running the system and they've got it down pat. And they just destroy bad teams.
Bad teams aren't as athletic, and they have no way to simulate that crap in practice.
Yes. And so they just whip them. And I mean that as a compliment.
Yeah,
I'm not ripping them at all.
No, they're pretty foolproof in those kind of games.
Their problem is when they get against really good athletes, the speed changes. And A&M's athletic on defense, but hey, KJ Jefferson lit them up for a while. Arkansas ran all over them. Now, can State run the ball? I don't think so, and I think I go A&M here and give me points. But I'm not betting any real money on that.
No. We'll talk a good bit about that game as the week goes on. It's really interesting to me. Anybody wearing snow uniforms this weekend? Are we putting that to bed?
I think that's been put to bed. Okay. No, that is an interesting game because A&M's got Alabama next week.
Your Warhawks got a win over the Cajuns on Saturday.
I tweeted about this yesterday. Pretty obvious with the performance in Tuscaloosa that we didn't spend a lot of time preparing for Bama.
Smart.
Spent a little extra time preparing for the Cajuns, and we got them.
Smart.
We got them. Got a conference win.
Cajuns now get a home date from Kane and the Jags on Saturday.
All right, I'm just going to tell you a team that I'm betting on from now on. South Alabama.
South Alabama giving 7 to Louisiana Lafayette.
Lay them.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Kane's got a good team. They destroyed Louisiana Tech.
Yeah. Tell you another. I know we make all of our jokes, and we can make them here too. Pretty decent Group of 5 game on Saturday. Liberty at Old Dominion.
Well, it's
not a bad game.
No, not a bad game.
It's actually a pretty interesting game.
Yeah.
The Monarchs are not terrible.
No. Liberty's good too.
Charlotte sucks, and they were getting 3.5 from UTEP on Saturday.
Yeah, Carolina cleaned up on them.
Yes.
Yeah.
LSU and Auburn. LSU minus 7.5 on the Plains for a 6 o'clock start on Saturday night.
I don't know. I mean, I'm inclined to lay the points.
Fair. I think I am too, just because I can't sit there and watch and bet on Auburn. So I go, okay, let's just do this, and
And LSU's getting better. I know we want to make fun of them and stuff, but they are getting better. If you watch them play, they're getting better.
Tulsa getting 12 at home against Cincinnati on Saturday. Don't know about Bren's health or availability or anything else.
They don't have Bren. I'm going Bearcats there.
Yeah. I like the Braxton kid, though, better than I thought I would. He did move around in the pocket pretty well, but it's just not their offense. It's a different deal. Georgia at Mizzou. Can't believe there'll be much of a crowd in Como this weekend.
Wouldn't think.
27.5.
It's a big line. I'm probably laying them.
You're not taking Missouri.
I mean, I'm to cover. No, I'm probably not. I'm laying the points. Just going to lay the points, and if I lose, I'm like you. You have to decide. Okay, there's 2 losses on the table. Which one would be more appetizing?
It's that one,
and it's the one where Georgia doesn't cover, and I'm like, I'll screw them.
But when Georgia beats them 49-0, you go, you're a moron.
Yeah, I overthought this, and I'm mad at myself now.
Texas.
That's why I can already tell you, I'm going to take Alabama and lay the points, and I'm going to take Georgia and lay the points. And then if I'm wrong on either of them, am I particularly surprised? No, because
look at the body of work.
But I'm I'm going to be mad at myself if I try to overthink a way that those two teams stay within the number.
Yeah. Texas -10 at home against West Virginia.
Oh, before you do that, if I told you one of those teams, Arkansas or Missouri, did play within the number, which one would you go with?
Arkansas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Texas, what?
I think Georgia's actually pretty motivated in this game.
I do too.
Just to kind of not have last week be the situation again.
Sure.
And Missouri just can't score on Georgia.
No, I mean, it could be a fun week in Athens for Kirby. He'll have a good week.
Yeah. Texas -10 against Neal in West Virginia. Clemson -7 against NC State on
Where's
Saturday
that
night.
game? Is that Morgantown?
That's in Austin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thought it might be a spot of bother there for the Longhorns.
Be a moment where I'd think about it.
Clemson giving 7 to Dave Doran at home.
Hey, look, I'm just telling you, NC State could do that.
They could.
They're a good team. I mean, we do Dave Doran jokes here because of the obvious, but
he has done a very, very good job.
This is a really good team.
He's done a good job.
Not great, but they're better than solid.
Yeah. Speaks to how difficult of a time that Tom Allen has had. Nebraska is a 3.5-point favorite on Saturday against Indiana.
Dude, that's a problem. What do you do?
I mean, what are your options?
Well, the defensive coordinator that left you a couple of years ago looks like he's a hell of a coach.
Would you do that?
If you're Kane, do you do it?
He's 3-1.
If you're Kane, do you leave South Alabama for
They're
Indiana?
not firing Tom Allen, though, at 3-1.
No, the L's are coming, dude.
Well, and it's an ugly 3-1.
The L's are coming.
They ain't going 10-1, 10-2. Kane, I don't know if I'm Kane if I take Indiana.
I don't think I do.
Why would you?
I think I'll wait.
Yeah, that's not. I'm in SEC country. Give it a minute.
Something's going to happen. Yeah. You know that.
Crazy shit happens every day.
Because there's going to be so much emotion that people are going to get fired.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I know. I don't take Indiana.
He's got a really good gig in Mobile. If he had to stay in Mobile another 2 or 3 years, he's okay with that. Yeah, sure.
Some really bad games on the West Coast to satisfy our night cravings on Saturday night. Colorado at Arizona, Arizona State at USC, and Stanford at Oregon.
Nah.
Ugh, all the way around.
Iron Chef America, go to bed.
After 8:30, go ahead and just quit. There's nothing.
Yeah. I mean.
Frankly, hell, what time does this cut off? 6:30. There's not a game after 6:30 that is at all interesting.
Well, 6:30 is going to get you to 10 o'clock. Your day's going to start
at. Point. You're over. Yeah. Okay.
If you're still wanting to talk.
Because at 6:30, I get 4 or 5, 6 games.
Yeah.
Yeah. But after that.
No, I'm not. I'll be fortunate to see the end of the 6:30 game.
Georgia Tech and Pitt at 7's not going to grab your attention?
God, no.
Who's the interim?
I don't know.
Okay.
Some poor soul.
I mean, Jeff will get some money.
Oh, he's fine.
He'll be owed some buyout.
Oh, I mean, today, this is the best Monday he's had in a long time.
He'll get a defensive coordinator gig.
I mean, this is a great Monday for him. No joke. You wake up, you're getting paid.
I ain't got nothing to do.
Got a minute. Go for a walk. Clear your head. Decide whether you want to stay in this. And if you do, you'll go be an analyst in Tuscaloosa. And if you don't, do something else.
Yeah. So.
Or if he wants to be a coordinator again.
Yeah.
He's good.
No, he'll get coordinator jobs all day.
So, I mean, if I'm him today, I just put my phone away. Walk around and clear my head. You got money. You're going to be all right. And let the landscape settle.
NFL getting rid of the Pro Bowl, they announced this morning.
Yeah.
Gone. Pro Bowl games featuring week-long skills competitions and a flag football game.
That's fine.
Taking its place.
It's fine. Anybody that gets worked up over the damn Pro Bowl.
Pro Bowl has been a thing since 1951.
But you can't let your players play in the Pro Bowl. If you're the Bills, are you letting someone hit Josh Allen in the Pro Bowl?
You'd rather that not happen.
I mean, come on.
He took a lot of shots yesterday.
He got hit a lot.
I know it's tomorrow's show, but he got hit a lot. That was not.
Got hit a lot.
It was a weird game from.
I'm going to tell you, the NFL yesterday was as physical as I have ever seen it. Some of the shots that get thrown by safeties in that league, dear God. I mean, they sound like train wrecks. I don't know how T. Higgins got up and walked off after getting hit in the Jets-Bengals game. I don't know how.
It's a big game for the Bengals on Thursday.
Huge. Because if they win it, because of the division they play in, they're kind of
Okay.
back to being okay.
Yeah. So we'll hit that.
You kind of
tomorrow.
wonder, like Miami after that game, turning around on a Thursday night. Feels like a spot.
Yeah, it feels like that's a Bengals thing. If they can protect it all, now they have to protect.
They have to protect him, yeah.
So, all right, plenty more Ole Miss and Kentucky moving forward on the week. Obviously, some NFL stuff and much more. Get your full collection of MPW digital programming. Stuff at rebelgrove.com in the meantime as well. So have a good day. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.